who's the number 2 target after they didn't draft a wide receiver?
Well, it's a great question, and the competition will be driven, and that will be the answer. Hopefully, we'll discover in training camp this year. The Packers and Brian Gutekunst, the GM, Andrew and Tom, were widely criticized for not drafting a wide receiver this year. And part of the reason for that, in an otherwise really deep receiving core with this draft, was because once they got to those middle round picks, they just didn't see value on their board with a guy that could play right now, this season, and impact this season. And Gutekunst talked about this group that they have, a couple, 2 or 3 year guys. And when you hear from Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and you think about Equanimeous St. Brown, and you think about Alan Lazard, who averaged about 14 yards per catch last year and emerged, the competition will be high and mighty. And Gutekunst said after this draft, we are looking for playing time pushes and production pushes from our receivers. And then you add in Devin Funchess, who's coming off that collarbone with the Colts last season, and he'll be expected to have an impact. So that competition will be thick and something that I will be focused on as we move through this offseason.
Stacey, Devin Funchess will be an interesting one to watch because the Colts made a pretty significant financial commitment to him a year ago. Then he breaks his collarbone in week 1, never made it back. Green Bay gets him on a pretty low-risk deal. It is heavily incentive-driven, a big outside perimeter target that perhaps can help them balance the field opposite Davante Adams while they bring along some of those young wide receivers. They also brought over Rick Wagner, who had been cut by the Lions. That helps fortify the offensive line. Even though you don't get a wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers in free agency, they also clearly invested in terms of the running game, getting A.J. Dillon in the second round, drafting a tight end high. You maybe are getting a little bit more of a taste of how Matt LaFleur wants this offense to look like as we head forward here.